Okay, little intro to law of sines here. So up until this point, you have always only been able to do sine, cosine, and tangent for right triangles. That's not actually the case. You can actually use them for all different sorts of triangles. You just have to make sure that you're doing like different proportions and accounting for the fact that it's not a right angle, which sounds complicated, but it's really not. Okay, so this is the fancy way of showing a law of sines. Basically, it is a ratio where you pair up angles and sides across from them and put them into fractions and then set them equal. Okay, so IB uses a weird little thing that I don't know if I've talked about yet. We always in geometry have done angle A like this. Okay, and that was A was the vertex. IB, so every place else in the world basically does it like this. They put the vertex, the little angle symbol on top of the vertex like that. So if you look down here, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there. So you're going to see things like that. You'll also see things like this, C, A, B, with an angle symbol. That means the same thing as angle CAB. Okay. What you'll learn in IB is that the U.S. uses lots of notations that are specific to us that nobody else uses them. Kind of like we use inches and feet, and really nobody else uses that except England. So that's what we've got going on there with the symbols. Okay. And then this is what I remember in terms of using the law of sines. Now, you do get the formula on your formula sheet. Okay. If you go look at it, it's in the geometry and trigonometry section. And then you're going to plug in what you know. You're going to cross multiply. You're going to use the calculator. It looks much more confusing than they are, so just stick with it. And the last thing I'm going to do is when you pair this up, this angle would go with this side would go with this angle, and then this side would go with this angle. Okay, two more things to remember. I guess I forgot these. Lowercase letters are sides, and they're opposite the angle with that letter. So the IB will talk about that. We didn't do a ton of that in geometry. Okay. And then the big thing I guess I want to write right here is you'll notice that my fraction only has two things formula and theirs has three. You're never going to use all three. All right, so we only need two pair of sides and angles. Okay, math people like to be super confusing, so instead of just saying this is their formula right there, side over side of the angle opposite it equals side over the side of the angle opposite that, we've got to do this thing with three things in it. You're only ever going to use two. All right, so we're going to use two. If you try a few of these problems, these I personally think are some of the easier, higher level math things that you're going to have to do.